Ramble.
Thank you to Green Chef and Ship Station for sponsoring today's episode.
Ciao, bella Madonna. Hey, it's a guilty pleasure. Welcome to Guilty Pleasures today.
Guys, this is an exciting day because today we are talking about what I firmly believe deserves to be a modern Guilty Pleasures classic.
Oh, wow.
I think that this is one of the so bad it's good movies that you don't know and you gotta know. We're talking about Little Italy.
Italia, mamma mia, it's a pizza, that's amore.
This is the Hayden Christensen, Emma Roberts rom-com?
2018 rom-com. This was recent.
Yeah, it's me and Kelsey right now. Garrick will be running in any minute
He's
now.
on a special boy phone call.
Special boy phone call, and we've decided to make a rule that we just need to record.
Yes. Correct.
Also, a little housekeeping before we start.
Uh-oh.
So we had long been talking about doing the Kelsey Hasn't Seen month.
Oh, yes.
Very exciting. And turns out that Kelsey,
I'm going to see one.
tonight, made plans with 3 other friends.
Two and one's bringing a friend.
So 2 friends and a stranger.
Yeah.
And she is, without me and Garrick,
Gonna watch.
clueless.
Finally.
After
Years
of critiquing and
Should we
goading
just
and
keep swapping off words?
words
and the
do
whole
episode.
like
I'm a little pressed.
why aren't you coming over then?
Because I was not invited until 20 seconds ago.
I invited you 20 seconds ago, so you're gonna come?
Maybe.
All right, cool. We're gonna order pizza, maybe a little Italy,
Italy,
throwback.
yeah.
I know you can't have dairy, neither can I, but let's be bad. We're watching Clueless, baby.
I'm so excited for you. Well, this is not Clueless.
No.
This is, I don't know how to begin to describe this film,
If you like Romeo and Juliet
but want it to be worse.
and in the present, and the Montagues and the Capulets are pizza owners in Canada.
It is, okay, I saw this movie a few years ago for the first time.
Shocking.
And it, I think that this is one of those movies that's best enjoyed Liddy and with your buddies.
A little high.
And just laughing. Kelsey last night was going to come over to watch it with me and then had, what was it? Your therapist told you about all the crazy sex she had when she was younger?
Sex party she was going to.
This is your 7-year-old therapist?
Yeah, she's
and she
in her
said that
70s.
was too much. I
Yeah.
need to stay home.
You know what's funny? When I was typing that out, I meant like it was an intense therapy section because we dove really deep into why I'm filling my why I'm filling my life with sexual escapades. So I meant it more as like I felt too shameful to
see.
go out in public. But then also she did tell me about her sexcapades as a young, hot LA girly. And I was like, that was crazy, girl, bitch. I thought I could shock you. You're unshockable.
The text definitely read as, my 7-year-old therapist told me about all this crazy sex and I am exhausted. I can't come over.
No. This movie I wish I had come over for because, man, it is, first of all, I can't believe it's so recent.
So this movie, we'll get into the synopsis in a minute, but I just want to paint the picture.
Please.
It is a rom-com starring Hayden Christensen as an Italian with jet black hair.
They dyed his hair and gave him a Guido tan.
Romancing Emma Roberts. The two have the sexual chemistry of 2 of the same sides of a magnet being forced together. It could not be less romantic. It aspires to be a broad, off-the-walls, crowd-pleasing comedy and has so many misses.
Yes.
Is so deeply offensive in so many ways.
Stereotypical.
It feels like it was filmed in 1994, was filmed in 2018.
Crazy.
It is like one of the... And I forget my and. And it is a movie, and now we'll bridge into the synopsis. This is a film, Romeo and Juliet light, about 2 warring pizza shops and their children who have a forbidden love. It takes place in Little Italy, Toronto, Canada. So this is a movie where everyone talks like they are in Little Italy, New York.
New York, pizza pie.
And or like Italy. The opening of the movie, they have this dual narration. It's kind of like Goodfellas-ish.
Yeah.
but they're playing Mambo Italiano, and you feel, I'm curious your experience watching it for the first time, because it feels like you're in some little...
New York.
Or like an Italian village with them riding their bike around.
It's the music that gave it. If they were trying to set it in Italy, it would have been more classic Italiano. This was like like it was so comically stereotypical Italian. And boy, when I think of Italians, there's no one I think of more than Emma Roberts and Hayden Christensen with black hair dye. Like, what? Alyssa Milano plays Emma Roberts' mother. Like, it was, and then they're supposed to be in Canada, which was the most confusing part. Why did they set it in Canada, Zachary?
I have theories, but I don't know.
Okay.
It also posits, I mean, Little Italy, Toronto. I've not been to Toronto.
I don't know that they have I'm going to look it up.
But I don't think it's iconic.
No, sure isn't.
I don't think that people go, oh, Little Italy, Canada, that's where it's at. And they have this line in the opening. For us, Little Italy wasn't just a few blocks. It was our entire world.
Damn, it is a neighborhood
of course,
in Canada.
Course.
But it's about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks long.
I love that.
It's very little. It's very little.
The premise of the film is also incredible. So Emma Roberts, they grew up, they were these two kids, they were always competing.
Their families were best friends.
Right.
Trying to make the best pizza in town, which her family made the best sauce, his family made the best crust. When they combined them, it was the best pizza.
Bada bing, bada boom.
Bada boom, baby. But then, as they were children, their families separated after a big, mysterious fight that you're wondering the whole movie, what caused these two families to split and divide and decide to put rival pizza shops right next door to each other to try and, I don't know, live a lifetime of anger and cheese.
And so Emma Roberts has left town.
She said, fuck this shit.
She's gone to London to be a chef.
They cuisine.
They have a scene where you texted me and asked if it was from this. They steal the Gordon Ramsay moment where he goes, "What are you? An idiot sandwich." They put the bread
in between her
on the other side of her head. They do that in this movie.
But I'm a moron sandwich. They changed the punchline, which I texted him. I said, "Oh my God, is this where it's from?" And he said, "No, they literally just ripped off the joke." And you're like, "Oh, what?" But she can't be at home with all the drama. She flew the nest to go be a chef, learning how to cook real food in London, England.
So you have Jane Seymour, her big boss, brings her into a room and sits her down and goes, "If you want the job, you're going to need to change your work visa to a passport, which means you're going to have to go back, dun, 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 to Canada."
And so in this part of the movie, you don't know it's taking place in Canada. So when she says that line, I'm going, why does she have to go to Canada for 2 weeks to get her visa extended?
Which, first of all, if you need your passport, it can be mailed to you.
Yeah,
but wait a second. No, she would have her passport.
Because she's traveling in Europe. No, she had to change her visa type, which I think meant she had to go home. Whatever.
They treat going back to Canada as if she's going to like some backcountry, like bumpkin
prison
town.
Yeah.
It's wild.
It's fucking Toronto.
It's a beautiful big city.
But she doesn't want to go home because it's nothing but drama and pain and anger. Oh,
shit.
There's our big important boy.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Guilty Pleasures. Our special guest of the week, Mr. Garrick Bernard.
Get the fuck out of here.
How was your call? Your big boy important call.
It was good.
We are talking about Little Italy.
Oh, God.
We've just begun. We're 10 minutes in.
Let me get my fucking notes.
Finishing the part where she has to go back to Canada, and it's painful because
the fact that this shit was in Canada this entire time. You've already.
I want to hear.
I want to hear your theory.
There is no theory. I'm just upset about it.
It was so confusing.
As a New Yorker, I feel like you should be more upset about it because
there is a Little Italy, Canada. We looked it up.
Yeah, I know. I looked it up as well.
But that to me is the joy because this film was clearly written to be New York.
To be New York.
And they just were like, shit, we can't get funded. Here's what happened. If you look in the credits, it was co-sponsored by Air Canada.
Oh.
And so the only way that this movie was going to be made is if they made it in Canada.
This was a tourism plot?
This was like, Canada.
Air Canada.
Partially paid for part of the budget. They must have.
It said that they sponsored actors to come fly and stay for the shooting.
It said that?
Yeah, at the end.
Here's the thing. Nothing's gonna get me to go to Canada. I don't. Well, maybe a job or something like that. But I don't care. Like, you can be as pretty or as foodie as you want to be, or you got Simu Liu over there and all that stuff, and he's great and hot, but I'm not gonna go over there. I don't care.
Damn,
you're not gonna, American exceptionalism from Garrick Bernard.
Yeah.
He loves this place. Garrick, this was your first time watching one of my favorite movies. What was your reaction?
I was upset. I was mad.
Because you didn't come over and watch it with me.
Yeah, that's why. I think this is definitely one of those movies that you watch with friends and it's just like, oh, this is pretty shitty.
We said that is, I think it's like a modern day Romeo and Juliet with a little bit of, what's that Christmas movie we have to watch with the airport?
Love Actually?
Yeah, with like a little bit of Love Actually, like forbidden love, airport chasing scenes. Yeah. But at the core of it, what's it about?
Family. And we love Familia.
I was going to say love, but yeah. And
Familia.
I've never seen a movie where there are two competing Romeo and Juliet stories.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have the kids and you also have the grandparents.
Yeah.
And then you have the two moms who secretly love each other. Everyone in the family secretly loves each other.
Yeah.
It's just the fucking men that have their egos in the way.
Right.
And they also seem to secretly love each
Yeah,
other.
of course.
They love each other's sauce and bread.
Let's talk about Emma Roberts' romantic lead.
Oh, boy.
I feel like when we talk about Nepo babies, she's who we're talking about.
Yeah, she's the worst one.
I hate the Emma Roberts slander. I have been a stan from day one.
Oh,
you guys
cool.
know on this podcast, I love her acting. I love her vibe. She's so hot.
That's nice.
She did her fucking best with what she could. Okay? You're telling me she didn't look puppy dog eyed in love sometimes?
I think that everybody was in a different movie, for one. I feel like the two dads were in the Spy Kids franchise.
Can I say, I thought they were phenomenal.
They were great.
Two unknown actors. I don't know them, and they were great. Electric.
They were doing it. They were doing the movie that everybody signed on to watch.
The Italian rom-com.
Absolutely.
The family drama.
The family drama, lots of hand gestures and all that stuff. And then I feel like Emma Roberts and Hayden Christensen. Hayden Christensen. I was about to call him Hayden Panettiere.
Wrong person, wrong gender.
Yeah.
They make it not that movie.
Yeah, they made it not that movie. They made it very much like an indie movie.
Yeah,
honestly.
like we love our Hayden Christensen here.
Mm-hmm.
We love our Looper Jumper. There is something that I love, and I can't put my finger on it. Maybe you guys can help me. Does it not look like the way he talks that every line is ADR'd?
I don't think he moves his mouth much.
He doesn't like move a lot when he talks, so it's just like
yeah.
There's not a nice way to put this. And I know that we've learned to be kind. We don't know what's going on behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Hayden seems unwell in this film.
Yeah.
He's hunched. He's got this kind of glassy-eyed thing going on. Everyone is treating him like he is the hottest piece of meat that's ever lived.
They really love to watch their son fuck.
They were leaving.
They're the biggest fans of their son's dick.
They were losing their
in
minds.
this movie. It's insane.
Yeah.
They're like, my son fucks.
He does.
All the time. The whole neighborhood.
All the time.
Knows he fucks.
Yeah. You see how black his hair is?
Yo,
of course
we
he
talked
fucks.
about it.
We already talked about it.
There's a scene in the rain, and I was stunned that it wasn't just dripping all down him.
I mean, this scene, we have to talk about it, what you're describing. So in the opening credit, or like in the opening story, cold open, you see that these two grew up together, right? They were kids riding their bikes around town, playing soccer together. So when Emma Roberts comes back home, they go to the soccer field because that's what you do when you're at the bar and you get drunk and someone says, let's go shoot the hoops.
Well, they're at a bar and he brings out the soccer ball and everyone in the bar is like, oh.
Yeah.
And if you watch the extras, it's like time stands still.
Yeah.
Nothing matters in their lives as much as watching these two people play soccer.
Shoot
By the
PKs
way,
on each other.
pouring rain.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
It's pouring. And here's the kicker.
Eh.
For every PK that she misses, she has to take a shot of alcohol. And for everyone she saves, he has to shake a shot of alcohol.
Uh-huh.
These children, first of all, she's in a mini dress.
Yep.
Yeah.
In heels.
Yeah.
In the pouring rain.
Love that.
wasted,
Gotta be it.
jet lagged coming from London.
Absolutely.
The night she arrives.
Yeah.
And you're telling me that she doesn't end up in a fucking ambulance?
Yeah. You're right.
Absolutely not.
She should be throwing up profusely out of her eyes and
ACLs,
ears. Broken ACL.
The torn, whatever.
I mean, I was hoping that she at least like took the heels off.
Nope.
No.
Did she not take the heels off?
I don't think so. There was no.
That would be unbelievable.
There was no obvious heel taking off.
No, I don't think she did. I think she was wearing wedges in the rain.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, just sinking into that.
And the whole
dusty
fucking
mud.
neighborhood is watching them like this is the Super Bowl for them.
I don't care if it's fucking Pele risen from the dead. I am not standing in the pouring rain to watch people play one-on-one soccer.
Absolutely
But you
not.
guys, rain makes everything so romantic.
Yeah, but what a fucking choice. What a decision to make this about rain or make it rainy for no reason at all.
And you know that wasn't natural rain. The production paid extra.
You guys,
they brought in that thing. That must have been miserable to film.
You just missed what I said. It's because it makes it romantic.
Yeah, you're right.
You could be having a scene where someone is fucking doing a heart transplant on a rat in the middle of the road, and you add rain. That shit's sexy.
Is this pre or post Twilight?
Oh, post.
It's post.
Garrick, what year do you think this was filmed?
This feels like 2010 or something like that.
I think it feels earlier. This was a 2018 release.
Like recent.
This is
yeah.
That's even
weirder.
That's even weirder.
Both of them are established enough in their careers.
Yeah.
They're wealthy enough in their lives.
Yeah.
To have said yes to this feels like they had a gun to their head. Someone somewhere had blackmail on them.
Canada probably did.
They both did some shady shit in Canada.
That's crazy because like now that I'm thinking about it, because like 2010, I was thinking it's 2010, right? And so he's fresh off of Phantom Menace and that whole like prequel trilogy. So I'm thinking like the Anakin is still in him, you know, like that's why he's like hunched over. That's why he's speaking all darkly and all of that stuff. But no, it's stayed in him like the Joker in Jack Nicholson.
Yeah,
this
dark.
is like an attempted comeback. I feel like because let's see how many years after. Little Lily was 2018. Yeah, I mean he hadn't been in anything that I like. This was 10 years after Jumper.
Oh, my favorite.
Wow.
Right before that rain scene, I do love the bar scene, and I especially want to shout out the BFF. Emma Roberts' best friend. I don't know this actress. Actually, I'll look it up right now. The actress who plays the best friend, I think, is so funny and going so hard.
Yeah.
You guys,
she was something else.
Very attractive.
And then
but
she is disappeared too.
Wait, I feel like they're letting her do whatever she wants on screen. And you can tell that she's ad-libbing because he brings out the soccer ball and Emma goes, "You can't be serious." And she goes, "He looks pretty serious to me. He looks pretty serious. He looks pretty serious." And she's just talking.
Yeah.
No one's reining her in.
Yeah.
And then Hayden says, "You afraid you might get wet?" And she goes, "I am."
I mean,
like, did I say that out loud?
This movie is dripping in horny.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
The moment they see each other for the first time in like they make it seem like 10 years, but it's realistically probably been like 4 since she left home. They are fucking the shit out of each other the entire movie. And you're like, when they first came on screen, I literally wrote in my notes, they fucked before. This is going to be about a movie about their parents finding out that they had been like
Which
fucking.
would have been a really good movie.
Let's write it.
That would have been a really fantastic movie.
But instead it's about their pizzas being in competition and forbidden love. I don't know how
the secret ingredient was anchovies.
But it was. I mean, my favorite bit that they do in this movie, they open and close with it, is Emma's family who has the sauce, the secret sauce. It's a family recipe. They'll die with this recipe. They'll never tell you what it is. But it's that they chop the anchovies early and put it in the sauce.
Yeah.
And but everyone asks what's in the sauce. They say, "It's Nunya." And they go, "What's Nunya?" Which made me believe this movie was made in 1994.
Yes. That's what it was.
Because they used that joke as the punchline closer of the entire film.
Yeah.
As if that joke is new.
I thought that was like a marker for 90s
Yes. None of your business.
And that's what made me think it was like, maybe 2009.
Do they think we're like so past that phrase that they brought it back? They were like, this will be hilarious.
Going to the grocery store takes so much effort, especially for my lifestyle. You know, I'm an on-the-go man, I'm a working man, but also I've got a lot of dietary restrictions. I need something that makes it easy and makes me have delicious, incredible meals, maybe improves my skills as a chef along the way. Let me introduce you to Green Chef, the #1 meal kit for eating well, owned by HelloFresh. We obviously love them both, delivering easy-to-follow recipes right to your door. You're gonna get limited time Earth Month recipes using sustainable ingredients throughout April, like sustainably sourced seafood, organic proteins, produce, eggs, yum, all ingredients with low carbon footprint. And they're planting 1 tree for every box sold. And you've got options for every lifestyle. Keto? Check. Vegan? Check. Vegetarian, fast and fit, Mediterranean and gluten-free, you name it, they got you covered. Go to greenchef.com/guilty60 and use code guilty60 to get 60% off plus free shipping. That's greenchef.com/guilty60 and use code guilty60 to get 60% off plus free shipping. Green Chef, the #1 meal kit for eating well. Running a business is hard, no matter what. Maybe harder now than ever. So to keep your business thriving, you need to find ways to save money without cutting corners. When it comes to saving money as a small business owner, every little bit helps, and ShipStation gives you access to discounts of up to 84% off USPS and US rates, and you can manage every order from one simple-to-use dashboard. When you lower your shipping costs and make returns easy, your customers stay happy while you save money. A ton of my friends own small businesses. They cannot stop raving about ShipStation because no matter how big or small your business is, it is just going to make things easier, better, and you're going to be saving that moolah. ShipStation hooks you up with industry-leading discounts, so you're never going to have to worry about overpaying for shipping. Also, isn't that the worst part? You got your business, you figure out how much something costs, and then boom, it costs like 50% more because of this shipping nonsense? No, not with ShipStation. Worry less about the bottom line when you save money with ShipStation. Go to ShipStation.com and use code GUILTY today and sign up for your free 60-day trial. That's ShipStation.com, code GUILTY. Get a 60-day free trial at ShipStation.com/guilty. Thanks to ShipStation for sponsoring the show. When they have a scene, it's a great point. There's so many jokes that it feels so dated, and like, how do you not know this is played out? There's a scene where one of the rival pizza shops sneaks. That's not oregano, Pop, and they sneak weed into the pizza, and everyone acts like they're on fucking Molly,
mushrooms, and act like they're on the table, and it's like, yo, you guys just committed a serious felony.
Right. How did you get that much weed into Canada in the first place?
They don't have weed in Canada.
They don't have weed in Canada.
They don't have weed in Canada. Also, I'm sorry, if you're putting weed in a 700-degree oven, that shit is burning out.
It's burning out, and then you can smell it.
Yeah.
You thought that oregano smelled like a skunk's ass?
Pop, this isn't oregano.
So the like B story of the pizza rivalries is that they're always trying to like put the other one out of business, but it's like, yo, that's like life ruining.
Yeah.
They also like threatened to call immigration on one of their employees for the other one. I'm like, this is bad stuff.
He got the other one like charged with fraud or some shit like that.
It's like, and I got excited. It was the actress from Sex Lives of College Girls, the main chick, I can't remember her name, but I had never seen her in anything before. And then she pops up in this movie as this like awfully stereotypical Indian woman. It was so great to see her doing something comedic.
I was like, yo, I feel so bad for these Indian actors.
She's had to do that right before Sex Lives.
This is one of the most blatantly racist movies. And it is recent. And the way that they are throwing around jokes about the two Indian characters is so wild. I mean, one of the introductions to them is they smell the sauce and they go, oh, why does my sauce smell like cat puke? And she leans in and she goes, they put in curry powder. Which,
and you're
first
just
of all,
like,
fuck
what?
you. Curry powder is delicious. Second of all, that's deeply fucked up.
It makes everything better.
They say to the other character, they go, Jai ho, slum dog.
Oh my
That's
God.
not a joke.
Oh my God. Who wrote this? Who wrote this?
Just very hurtful.
Okay, you want to know what's going to make it even more confusing? Because there's like so much more really weird racist stuff against these Indian characters. I wrote some down, and I don't even know that I'll be able to say all of them. Jai Slumdog really is just like, that's not a fucking joke.
Yeah.
The story was by an Indian writer.
No!
And I looked into him a little bit. I took a screenshot. I'm dipping into my fun facts here. But his dad is like some rich guy who has connections to
Air Canada.
Cargo Jet, the largest cargo airline in Canada.
I'm telling you.
And so I'm like, did this? Because
this was a Nepo baby movie.
And
that's the
why
only way.
Emma Roberts shouldn't be on television.
Oh my
No,
God. You know that he was going, I can have any actors because I've got the money to call it in and make them come to Canada. This was a Nepo baby movie.
Yeah.
Love that. And you know what? Honestly, thank God.
Yeah.
Because we were given this gem.
That's fair.
We have to talk about one of my, I guess, biggest pleasures. It is a guilt by nature, but for me, I got out on my couch and went, what? when I heard this moment in the film. The bar, the neighborhood bar is like the central pub where they hang out.
Oh, yes.
Oh my God.
Oh my
Garrick,
God.
you almost made me pee a little when you just jumped.
I'm sorry.
I'm so excited.
Yeah, I'm so happy that you're bringing this up.
So literally, like the people at the bar who like own the bar was named Luigi, and the guy who inherits it is Mario. Couldn't be lazier.
Yeah.
The man Mario is revealed as if it's some giant secret.
Wait. No.
His name is Luigi.
His name is Luigi.
Oh, so I had it backwards. It was Mario that he
and then
inherited from
I
Luigi.
guess.
I thought
His name
Luigi
is
gave it to him. Anyway, whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, so it is Luigi.
thought they were
they're
both
both names
Luigi.
Luigi. He changed his name to Luigi. Because
There's no Mario.
There's no Mario.
In the beginning, there's a Mario.
I don't think there's a Mario.
I'm gonna watch it back.
Okay, watch it back.
Watch the movie
please don't watch
again
it back.
I'm
tonight.
gonna watch it again tonight.
Yeah.
The man who owns the bar, who's an actor in the movie that you see on screen multiple times, has this big revealing moment that he's not actually Italian, but Chinese.
Yeah. and
Wait,
he's-
I'm sorry. Did you not know that from looking
Looking
at
at
him?
him.
And then he's also revealed
Well,
that.
first, pause there before
okay.
because
Yeah, too
it
big.
is so fucking funny that you have this Chinese actor being like, "Hey, my name's Luigi. What's
Yeah.
up?" And he is doing the hardest pasta face you've ever seen
Oh
in
my
your
God.
life.
Just like
Absolutely.
the fingertips.
Yeah.
Did you guys like that term I just coined, pasta face?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really liked that.
I don't know what it means.
It's
but
like
I can see it in
brown
my
face, but Italian.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was the face you make when you eat good pasta. Like,
Like the chef's kiss face, the fucking De Niro face.
that was pasta.
He's doing. I mean, it's just straight up a dude pretending to be Italian.
Yeah.
I think he's amazing in it.
Yeah.
But I want to.
Hayden Christensen basically goes like, he just calls him the fuck out. Like
Yeah.
the guy's trying to help Hayden Christensen through this like love triangle, like turmoil and family drama. And Hayden Christensen just turns it around on him and goes, you should be the one talking. You're a Chinese man pretending to be Italian. And you're just like, hold on.
Yeah. And please.
What?
The line is, "Your name is Li Xiaoping. You're Chinese."
Oh my God. Like what? And then to me, I started laughing out so hard. And then he gives us an even better moment where our man Luigi goes, and I'm gay. And you're like,
the way it's almost like the lights dip down, and then he like does like a pensive, like he's fucking on stage on Broadway telling his life
his
story.
Shakespearean monologue.
Yeah, and he's just like, well, my dad kicked me out after finding out I was gay.
You gotta do
It's
the
like,
Ita-
whoa,
You gotta do
what?
you gotta do the Italian accent.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry.
When
It
I was Li
was-
Xiaoping, nobody accepted me. My dad, he found out I was gay.
And you're like, I literally jumped. I was by myself. I scared Hippo and I went, what? Like, this is the movie I want to
Yeah.
fucking watch.
Yeah.
What made this man come out of his identity to be to go to the Italian peoples of all people?
And I was walking around the streets looking for a new home, and I found Luigi. And the Italians, they're a proud
They're
people,
familia.
but they accepted me.
Yeah.
And so this fucking guy
This fucking guy.
becomes Luigi.
Yeah.
Oh, it's amazing.
And we just give that little moment to him, and then we move on. Never address it ever again.
Never address it.
Well, we see him with a man.
No, then you see him be gay in every scene.
Yep.
He grabs Hayden Christensen's butt.
Yep.
He finds himself a lover.
Yeah. I mean, reversing back or going back to like towards the beginning, the cop that stopped after the drug bust, quote unquote.
Boy.
Yes.
We just watch Hayden Christensen get fully sexually assaulted
by a lady
cop
in front of a lot of people.
And everybody's like, I couldn't like track what their reactions were supposed to be, but nobody's horrified by this.
No.
Again, this is a 2018 film.
It makes it even worse.
Everything about this movie is giving 90s.
Yeah.
And it's so confusing to see these like quote jokes.
Yeah.
Controversial?
Huh?
I thought she killed it.
Oh, the cop was funny.
Yeah.
She's doing her best Melissa McCarthy.
Yeah.
Like you can tell that's who that was written for.
Right.
She's like the brash cop and don't mind me. Oh, what are you packing? A big pointy stick.
Gonna go way up your shirt, underneath your shirt, around your nipples.
But it's like a tone of comedy that she knew what the movie was going for.
Yeah.
No one else
did.
Which is wild.
Yeah.
Because like if the movie were all that, it wouldn't work.
No.
But it'd be cohesive.
It would be a sketch. It would be a Key and Peele sketch.
And wouldn't feel as weird if we're like just watching
Trying
him
to take
get
it
us
seriously.
If it's this goofy movie, then you're just like, oh yeah.
I think this movie wanted to be the next My Big Fat Greek Wedding.
My Big Frat Greek
Big
Wedding?
Frat Greek
That
Wedding.
is a good movie, I see.
Which is funny because it also co-stars Andrea Martin, who was in My Big Fat Greek Wedding. Fuck,
Are you
I can't
okay?
It's tough.
No,
that's just tough to say.
My Big Fat Greek Wedding.
Yeah.
And she goes from playing a Greek mom to an Italian grandma.
Yeah.
Which really good for her. But I think that's what this movie thought it was going to be. It was going to be for Italians what My Big Fat Greek Wedding was for Greek people.
Hilarious.
The only thing I could keep thinking about in this movie over and over again was Bob's Burgers.
Yeah.
Because it's rival food places across the street from each other.
Yeah.
There's like a competition. There's two kids that are in love with each other. And I just kept being like, oh my God, this is kind of Bob's Burgers, but if Bob's Burgers was live action. And once I thought of that, it made it a little bit better.
I found one of the other racist lines.
Oh.
It's the Indian man on a table when he's high on weed pizza dancing with an old white woman, and he shouts, "I'm going to make cookies and creams babies with her."
Oh. Yikes.
This poor guy had to say that. And he had to deliver it.
Yeah.
And he
did. Look, they did the best they could with what they were given.
Yeah.
Did you notice the cameo from, I don't know the guy's name, but he's from Are You Afraid of the Dark?
In what world, Zachary, would I know what a child from the 90s looks like as today?
He looks exactly the same. And I'm like, who the fuck is that guy? And
who is it?
I went,
what part is it?
He is the guy who has a foot fetish. And there's a shot randomly where Emma Roberts slips off her shoes to put her toes in grass. And you're like, that's weird. Yeah. Why do we need a close-up of that? And then the guy comes in and he's like, oh, Emma, you have hot feet.
Yeah.
And then he smells her shoes. And that's the role.
Well, so like I guess another pleasure I had with this movie is really showing what it's like when you go back home to your hometown after you've been gone for a long time, right? Maybe this just happens to me, but you go back home and everyone's like, wow, she's so hot and desirable. I got to try to get with her in the 2 weeks that she's home. Maybe make her my wife. Maybe be the one that convinces her to move back home for me.
Garrick and I can't relate to this, but it sounds riveting. Please continue.
It's obviously a problem all girls that move away from their hometowns have, where like, this bitch had one job. She was supposed to go home, get her visa changed, and go back to her fucking dream job of opening a Michelin-rated restaurant with this bougie bitch in London. What happens when you involve men? You know, she gave up, spoiler alert, she gives up her dream job of being a chef to open her own pizza place with her
but the London lady comes in and she's just like, do you want to take this place international? Which is like,
convenient.
You know, lending to, very convenient,
Yeah.
but it's lending to her dream in the first place. It's just like, it's kind of like a story on follow your family.
Garrick
follow
was
your heart and all
inspired.
that stuff. I was inspired.
So you liked it a lot.
No.
Okay.
But
Your hair looks like you've been shagging. Is there a penis more pressing than my menu?
That was the funniest line of the movie, or maybe the only funny line of the movie.
I disagree. That just the stereotype of how bad the Italians were like given was hysterical to me.
Yeah. Was that intentionally funny?
Copy.
Yeah.
You weren't a fan of take the gum, leave the cannoli?
God, it was like someone who had never experienced Italian people except through movies was like, I'm going to write a film about Italians.
Yeah.
It's almost as if the rich Nepo baby of an Indian immigrant
billionaire
made a movie about Italians in Canada.
This might be the first example of reverse racism for sure. This is the future we're fighting for, guys. Let's just, let's have people of color writing white people to be stereotypes of themselves.
Love this.
While also making stereotypes of our own culture. I don't know, but I think that.
But we have to stand.
We gotta stand.
We gotta
stand. Unfortunately,
can we talk about like the most dramatic moment for me, where I went for the first time? I'm fucking in it.
Okay,
like I was like,
hell yeah.
So
I assume at this point that they fucked.
You took the words out of my mouth.
Damn
I was
it.
gonna say,
Cut it, Rainie. Let Kelsey do it.
No. I want to get through that. They fuck. It's whatever.
Yeah.
We don't even get to see anything. No. Who cares?
Why was this rated R?
Shut the fuck up.
Why was this rated R?
No.
I'm so sorry.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah. Because I remember I was looking on YouTube and I was just like, oh, it's a rated R movie. Cool. And then nothing.
It is
fucking
not rated
My
R.
jaw
Let me
just
see.
dropped.
Let me see.
I've never been
see
so shocked on this podcast in my life.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I just like my butt quivered.
Let me see.
If this is rated R, I don't know what I'm gonna do, but I'm gonna lose my bowels.
This is literally the first thing. Why is Little Italy movie rated R? It is rated R.
What is it? The answer? What did they say?
I don't know.
It's rated R for like
sex.
For sexual references and innuendo.
Rated R for children shouldn't watch this because it's maybe damaging to their
Italian reputation.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Okay.
R for racist? I don't fucking know. Like,
actually, that checks out.
Yeah.
Okay, so they fuck, which you don't even get to see.
It's fucking crazy, right?
That's insane. There was not enough dick or tits.
There
for
weren't
this to
even
be R.
curses.
No. Oh my! It was also like high saturation. Like it was like a poppy children's movie to me. Whatever. Okay, so they fuck. Guys, so we're finally on the road that will they, won't they, and we're thinking they will, right?
Yeah.
But then the families still aren't talking, and there's this big pizza pie competition coming up, and both families want to settle the score once and for all. Who has the better pizza?
Yeah.
So they tell their children they have to enter the pizza competition because they're not allowed to because they were kicked out all these years ago, and we still don't know the mystery of why they became enemies. But they're at dinner with the families and the grandparents to finally like try and force them together. And they start to get in this argument about which child is more winning, more athletic, better. And one is trying to say Hayden Christensen is. The Emma Roberts family is like, no, Emma Roberts is. And Emma's like, you don't let me win. I'm actually better than you. And he's like, no, come on. You think I let you win? Like I was crushing you at soccer. And she's like, oh, please. Like that goal was totally open. And he goes, yeah, open like you were to me last night.
Oh, shit.
And she slaps him across the face. He says this in front of her entire her grandmother is there, is present. And he says, open like you were to me last night.
That was wild.
The direct quote is, yeah, like you let me win last night.
Yeah.
Which is less crass, but somehow ruder.
Yeah.
I tell you, I gasp.
It's a really crazy line.
It cuts for how pop bubblegum this movie had been up until this point.
And also, like, fully fuck that guy.
Yeah.
Oh my God, he sucks. Oh, he
if
sucks.
If someone's ever going to be like, nah, boo boo, you let me have sex with you, be like, are you You don't
Why?
deserve to be around a pussy.
Vagina
Why,
closed
like-
for business for the rest of
Ever.
time.
For the
Forever
rest
and
of the
ever.
relation or like seeing each other. That's so weird.
I
Why?
couldn't even fathom
That's such
someone's.
a fucking jump. It's just like, oh, you're beating me in an argument, so now I'm gonna be like, well, I got to fuck. So who cares?
It truly is. I would just be like, what?
Why?
I would be like, you're bragging about getting. Am I the only person you've ever fucked? Like,
I
holy
think so.
shit!
I think so. I think like I don't know. I can't
He's
speak for
supposed to be a
women,
man whore.
but I think that a lot of girls would laugh at that. It's just like, you fucking loser.
Yes.
Are you out of your mind?
I would be like, you're a fucking loser, and your dick is small, and I'm gonna beat you at this pizza competition.
yeah.
This is the absolute best run of the movie. It goes from this scene to the Luigi coming out story, straight heat, nothing but fuego. And as Emma Roberts is on the way out, she walks away and she turns around and says this absolute dime of a line. She says, you know, there's a reason why they call it Little Italy, because nothing ever changes here.
What the fuck does that mean? What does it mean?
Just because it's little doesn't mean it can't change.
What does it mean?
What?
I'm going to say it again, and I'm going to say it slowly.
Yeah, please, go for
You
it.
know, and by the way, Emma Roberts never even once attempts an Italian accent.
No.
And I kind of love
I
that for her.
appreciate her for that.
But also, we missed it.
Yeah.
You know, there's a reason why they call it Little Italy, because nothing ever changes here.
This is supposed to be the mic drop. You're just like
Yeah.
your father moment, and we get that riddle.
Right. What do you
Given a
mean?
riddle.
It is a riddle. It's like a Sphinx riddle. I'm really trying to figure this out because it's like, if nothing ever changed, is it like an ode to Olive Garden or like when you're here, your little family? Like I don't fucking know.
It was the gem that left us all confused and wanting more.
We talked about this a little bit before you came in, Garrick, but I think that their sexual chemistry is just electric. It is non-existent, and it's so impressive to me to have like two, at the very bare minimum, moderately attractive people
Yeah.
who are in opposition, and I have never wanted two people to kiss less.
Yeah.
I shrivel at the sight of them. Why?
I think this goes back to him not being able to let go of Anakin Skywalker, where he just like him and Padme were like kind of he kind of seemed like just her loyal dog rather than her partner in those movies, because he was just like, oh, I've got a dark side, but I'll also like love you to the very end. I don't care what happens, blah blah blah. And it's here as well, but he also doesn't have Force powers. Like, he doesn't have Jedi powers, so he's just some guy.
He's just a fucking loser that works in the back of his parents'
He
failing
has
pizza
bad
shop.
posture the
He has
whole
bad.
film.
That's what I'm saying. Like, he's just hunched over because he's in a robe all of Star Wars, so he's just weighted down by that fucking robe.
I feel like he went method. He's like, okay, this is a guy who loves his family and he works in a pizza shop. I'm gonna go watch people in a pizza shop,
And they're all
like
hunched
slumped
over from making pizza.
Yeah, but he's like, he's not a hot lead.
No.
And this movie wants you to know that Emma Roberts is the most beautiful woman that's ever
my God,
lived. And they insist on telling you that. I don't feel it. Kelsey does.
Yeah, are you getting her smile? Guys, we're dogging on this movie. I cannot stress how much I want you all to watch this.
Yes.
Usually I'm like, is it a
Because
guilty
we're
pleasure? Yeah, you don't have to see it. I need everyone to see this movie.
I'm telling you, I think that this is a modern classic.
I think it is a pleasure.
We're gonna go straight to the end. This is a pleasure. This movie, like, you need to see it with friends.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
needs to be a raucous time.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
Eric, my best man at my wedding, he had
He gave the best man speech.
he's
It was
so good.
so funny.
he had a Cat's Little Italy party
Oh my God.
where it was half decorated like Cats,
Oh
half decorated
my
like a
God.
pizza place, and then people had to come dressed up either in Cats or as Little Italy, and that would decide what movie we watched that night.
The common denominator there, cobblestone streets.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh,
Here.
well, so the competition is my favorite moment because they set up this rivalry. It's all about pizza. It's all about the best sauce versus the best bread. And then we get the actual pizza competition, the climax of the movie. And it is about a 14-second montage. It is the quickest
Because they're just fucking making pizza.
act of a movie it was this hyped big, this is it, and it's 14 seconds of them standing at like a table throwing some basil on a piece of dough. I called it basil. Look it up.
Yeah.
And then they're like, and you're like, wait, hold on, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Hold on, what? We're done already?
And there was actually 2 rounds of that.
Yes, in 14
seconds.
It was incredible.
And then, of course, you get an airport chase.
Yeah.
She runs off to the airport. Emma switched the sauces and let him win. And he's like, I gotta find my girl.
Because it was a read for if you mix both of them together, it makes the best. She switched the sauces and he ate it and he said, no, this isn't my sauce. I can't accept the best prize. It's because we did it together. And then he has to chase her to the airport.
My favorite part of the airport chase. The airport chase scene is exactly what you think it is. He is running around and he's going, what's her name? It's not Emma. It's
Emma.
In this movie, it's Emma.
It's Emma.
Okay. So he's running around. Oh, Nikki. So he's running around the airport and he's grabbing people going, Nikki? And he grabs a fucking Asian woman and with straight black hair and goes, Nikki? Oh, sorry. Hayden, what the fuck is wrong with you, man? It was obviously not Emma Roberts.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
It's so funny.
And then they throw in, just because we need like one more stereotype, you have the sassy black stewardess, not stewardess.
No,
you have the
TSA
sassy black
agent.
TSA agent who's like, if it were me, I wouldn't go with him.
And
it's
you're
oh,
like,
come on.
no, she actually has the best line. She's like, I wouldn't give up my career for a man. Like, don't do it. And I'm like, listen to her.
Yeah.
She's the only one.
Because I thought they were setting up something extremely realistic.
Yes, I was like, she's leaving. She's going to follow her dreams. But then as Emma Roberts walks through security, she's like, oh, I just forgot my laptop. And then she comes back out and says, I choose you, Pikachu. And then we finally get to reveal what the big family Montague Capulet fight was about.
They wanted to name the winning pizza, after their respective parents.
And they couldn't
decide. And they started shitting on each other. It's just like, well, without without my sauce, your dough is just bread, or your dough is just dough, or whatever.
He says something funny. He's like, "Yours is without my sauce. Your dish is just a breadstick from Olive Garden." He like throws some shade. You're like, "Oh shit!"
Yeah.
And then they decide to put it past them because their kids are in love and their grandparents are also married now.
And they live happily ever after. Look, there's so much heat that we haven't even covered. You got Danny Aiello in one of his last on-screen roles as the horny grandpa. You've got Alyssa Milano, who I don't know why she's in this.
No idea.
But bringing the thunder. You have like the moms kind of meeting up for their little wine o'clock. Yeah. I wanted to know if you noticed my favorite piece of production design. Did you notice the rooftop?
No.
Hayden Christensen's rooftop. They have a couple scenes up there, a couple romantic scenes between him and Emma Roberts. I need you to watch this scene again. There are at least 40 lamps on his roof. And I'm not talking outdoor. I'm talking like click, fucking lamps.
Yeah.
On a roof.
Like he collects lamps.
But he put them on a roof.
Yeah.
This is the outdoors.
Right.
This is electricity.
I think I need to pull this up for you to see it. Because it is so deeply confusing.
I think I was more so focused on his deeply dyed black hair.
Yeah.
Than I was on the pizza. Are you just getting pizza?
I have to order it to arrive in time. Okay, give us our fun facts.
Look at this. There's just lamps everywhere. Swipe through this. Describe to me what you're seeing.
Oh my God! There are several lamps in the backdrop.
They're
a preposterous amount of lamps.
Yeah,
like indoor antique, like thrift store lamps.
Is this like a nod to like the Friends roof? Is that what this is? Where I guess they had the one lamp.
Nothing
and they were
makes
just like, we want to
sense,
put
Rick.
7.
So why not?
Yeah.
The thing that makes sense to me is that being Italian is about 3 things: tradition, passion, pride,
And lamps.
And lamps.
Let's talk about some fun facts because we got some real good ones with this. So first of all, this was directed by Donald Petrie.
Fuck you, Donald.
Okay, you ready for this?
Yes.
He directed How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days.
Wow.
Miss Congeniality.
Oh my God.
Okay, so the director wasn't the problem.
He directed Mystic Pizza.
Whoa.
He directed the movie that made Julia Roberts a star.
That's how they got Emma.
And now he was trying to make another pizza romantic comedy with Emma Roberts. That's wild.
That's the most fun fact of all.
But that like makes sense why you would sign on for this, especially as Emma Roberts or everybody else that pretty much signed on, and then. I don't know. Maybe he got the script and he was just like, I'll try, man.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, actually, I do have something on that because the director said when he was asked why he chose Little Italy, he said, "I look for certain things." I should do this in an Italian accent. I just assume.
Yeah.
I look for certain things. I look for, does it make me laugh and does it make me cry? I want a full emotional journey.
It was.
It made you cry?
That part when he says, like, you let me win last night, I'll never forget that.
Yeah, that probably made you cry.
Yeah. That was heat.
And then this one is wild and will shade your viewing of this. It is rumored. So Hayden Christensen was dating my girl Summer from the OC, Rachel Bilson, one of my first early crushes, dating her for 10 years. They have a daughter together. And it is rumored that Emma Roberts is the reason that they broke up.
Oh, that's a lick.
See what I'm fucking talking about?
That's a fucking lick.
See what I'm fucking talking about?
So the sexual eye fucking did, the chemistry was real.
But that's the weird thing to me, is that there's apparently very real sexual chemistry where Rachel Bilson allegedly found text messages from Emma on Hayden's phone. But when you watch this movie, they could not look less interested in each other.
I disagree, Zach. You wouldn't know what sexual chemistry was if it sat on your face. Sorry. I don't know why I was...
Oh, God.
I just disagree.
Maybe
do you seriously think they had sexual chemistry?
Maybe it's them overly trying to avoid it.
Like Kristen Stewart and Robert Pattinson.
Yeah, where they're just like...
and Twilight.
Right.
They're so in love that they're like...
Is the more...
We gotta like chill.
We can't let people realize we're actually fucking.
Yeah.
Whoa, so the more that they actually are attracted to each other in real life, the less sexual chemistry we're going to see on screen.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So that's how you know it's real sexual chemistry.
Exactly.
That we're not seeing any.
Exactly. It's a riddle.
Ah, shit.
Is now the time where we decide if this movie is a guilty pleasure or just plain guilty?
Hell yeah. I'm going to go just pleasure because I think that this movie is a modern classic. I demand that you watch it with friends and get back to it. I'm honestly mad that we didn't do this as a live stream.
Yes.
I think we should do this episode again. Let's delete this recording and do it live.
Do a live show and order pizza for everybody. We all sit and watch it together in a theater.
I really did want to eat pizza during this.
I just ordered it because we were talking about it.
Hilarious.
So, like I said, we were dogging on it. It's an absolute pleasure. Please watch this movie because this is the first time I'm saying this and actually meaning it. It is so bad, it's fucking great.
Yeah, it's like how when people are so liberal, they become anti-vaxxers.
Yes.
This is so bad that
it's an anti-vaxxer.
That it also is an anti-vaxxer. I think it's for sure just guilty. No, but like
someone has to be saying
here. Just to balance out, everybody's saying that this is a great movie. I cannot with good intentions.
Wow.
Tell you that this is a good movie, but I do think you should watch it. I do think you should see how interesting things can become.
Okay, but what about the scene where Emma Roberts was dancing and she just kind of wiggled her hips slightly and they were like,
man.
"Oh wow, look at you."
That made me uncomfortable. We don't have to talk about that. Just end the podcast.
Well, the only pleasure that we have this week is Little Italy.
Yes.
So that is it. Guys, I want you to watch this movie. I want you to tag me. This is my new cats.
Yep. Oh, wow. That's a bold statement. That's the title. Little Italy is Zach's new cats.
Yeah.
It's a new cat.
I will ride for this. I will beat my chest and wave the flag. We got to go.
Bye.
Yeah.
I'm at Cornday and all things.
I'm Kelsey Darragh on all the things.
I'm Garrick Bernard on all the things.
And until next time, Mamma Mia!
Pizza pie!
Pizza pie!